erring on the side of caution. Libra signs, we've got the Seven of Wands. That's being on the defensive about something. And then with the Hangman reversed, it's because you've had a bad experience before. And so you're not going to have the same thing happen again. So you're a bit defensive about something. And now it's like you're not going to believe it until you see it. Because of your past experiences, you're holding off on really any endeavors, investments, or putting yourself out into any situation. It's like, unless you can see tangible results, unless the proof is in the pudding, like you're not putting yourself out there without proof. That's kind of your angle for this week with the Seven of Wands, the Hangman reversed, and the Page of Cups. On the bottom, we've got the Knight of Cups, which is you guys kind of like trying to explain your side of it, which is to say your side, and then we have Two of Swords, which is a literal explanation. It's talking about why you're not buying what somebody's selling, right? Maybe you've got literal salespeople knocking at your door, Eight of Cups, and you're not buying what they're selling, and you're trying to be really nice about it. You're kind of like keeping the door only partially open. You're keeping your foot behind the door, right? So they can't open it. Because you've had a bad experience with this salesman. This is one example, guys. So this is almost like a metaphorical example. Apply it how it fits for your life. But somebody's trying to sell you something, and you're trying, to be the nicest that you can. You're not buying it because you've got past experiences. And that's where you're coming from. Let's pull Oracle cards, find out more. Tell me more for Libra. Wow. So you guys have been swindled before. We've got Gemini. There's a bit of trickery with Gemini. It's almost like, Gemini's almost like Mystique from the X-Men, somebody who's a shapeshifter, right? So with Gemini, it's like you're almost not even trusting what you see. You need even more proof than just sight. You need like proof, and you need like an analysis. You need a lab analysis. You guys aren't messing around because you've had bad experiences with this thing, whatever this thing is. You guys really need it, like to see it, hold it in your hand, smell it. That's the mask. The mask is something that's very obvious, visible, and tangible. At least in this deck, that's what it means. And so, yeah, that's kind of where you guys are coming from. On the bottom, we have the Manticore, which is frustration. You guys are either frustrated by this situation that's where somebody's trying to swindle you, or you have been frustrated before. And then the next card on the top is Scorpio with the heart. Maybe it was a big letdown before. Maybe you were swindled into buying something that sucked, right? Scorpio with the heart is a huge letdown. It's like your heart was in it, and then you got stung right in your heart. Let's pull advice and see what you guys should be doing about this. Maybe you guys are being a little too defensive. Let's see what we get for advice. Advice for Libras. Any advice from Libra? Okay. And so we have the Seven of Wands coming right back out. Page of Cups also coming right back out. The advice is, you guys are right. The advice is to be on the defensive, and to require proof is to require it to be something to be shown to you. Don't just believe things. Don't just believe it, from word of mouth. The Page of Cups is very show and tell. So with the Page of Cups and the Seven of Wands, it's like, don't believe it till you see it. The proof is in the pudding. You're kind of spot on from where you're coming from. You're not paranoid. You're not paranoid. So let's see what's on the bottom. The Star with the Magician on the bottom. That's so weird. That's so weird. The Star can be twists and turns, all right? And the Magician can be somebody who is trying to make their end goal happen through whatever methods. It's like the ends justify the means, okay? The ends justify the means is the energy behind the Star and the Magician. So again, it's the salesperson who is trying to make the sale no matter what. And they might lie. Seven of Swords. This doesn't have to even be a sale. This can literally just be a family member trying to sell you on an idea, right? It doesn't have to be a physical sale. But whatever it is, it's like, don't believe it. It's like they do have their own agenda, or they are either seen too far down the road to see the, it's like they're looking at the destination, not the journey, too. That's their problem. So you guys aren't wrong here. Let's pull Oracle cards to see if we can get any more advice. And then we'll close out your reading. Any last advice here for Libra? Okay. 9 reverse. Let's keep going. I'd rather get more cards. See what else we get. Okay. Now we got a lot more cards. Crap load more cards. We've got 5 more cards. So the 9 reversed, and now we've got the sword, the ship, the number 3, the door, and then lastly fell out was the bread. Let me take a look at this for a sec. Yeah, you know what I'm getting is the 9 reversed is it's not personal. It's not, you're not being targeted. Either it's like this person does this same pitch to everybody, and you're one of many people who's being swindled, and that's just how they operate. It's not personal. It is very much like a salesman type of angle, where it's like this is just them trying to make their sale, even if it's a shitty product, right? They're just trying to make their bread. In the end, behind it all, this person actually is just trying to make their daily bread, is trying to make their money to make a living, even if it's a shitty product that they're trying to sell or a shitty idea that they're trying to sell you guys on. They have a motive that is more of like based on survival, not of like intentional malice. So keep that in mind, okay? That's what the bread is here. But with all this stuff here, this is all with the key and the boat, that's very non-personal. That's very much like, it's very much like they keep their business separate from pleasure. They keep their business separate from their family or their emotions, right? So again, it's just not personal. And then with the number 3 and the door, it's like this person can still be your friend. Maybe this is your friend trying to sell you on something that you don't want. But it's like, don't judge them on it, is the advice here, because despite all this, they can still be your friend. When you're out of the office, you can be friends with them. So the door is like a moment in time. So it's like at 3 p.m. when you guys are at 5 p.m. when you get out of work, right? 3, you're buds. The number 3 is for friends. So when you're out of work, you can be friends. When you're in business mode, this person is just in business mode, and they're kind of going to do whatever they have to do to make the sale, to sell you on an idea, and it isn't personal. All right. So Libras, that is your reading. I hope you guys got something out of it that made sense for you. If you guys want to see more of these readings, don't forget to follow the channel, to subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out, so I really appreciate it. With that, I'll see you guys next time.